Connor gulped at hearing the list. The both They both looked out over the horizon at the sea of trees that surrounded the tower. Somewhere out there, all of these things were waiting to be found. It looks like we're going to see more of the Land of Stories than we thought, Connor said. Chapter 8, A Hidden Place. The northern tip of the Sleeping Kingdom was an ugly and vacant place. It was known for its bare trees, bumpy paths, and dangerously high cliffs. Small stones were scattered on the earth, making it nearly impossible to travel to by carriage. Even though it rained every so often, nothing ever grew, making it impossible for animals to live there. In the middle of this dry and deserted place was a small castle surrounded by a deep and empty moat. It was ancient and made of dark bricks, wooden doors, and had been through years of decay. No one knew who had built the castle or why it had been built. But then again, very few people even knew of its existence. The inside of the castle was covered in a thick layer of dust. Cobwebs almost as old as the castle were on every windowsill, even though there were no spiders to be found. All the rooms and corridors were empty except for the occasional decrepit chair or table placed in a corner. A great hall completed the eastern wing of the castle. Floor-length windows bordered the hall, letting in a lot of light, but they were so old that the glass distorted the outside world. The castle couldn't have been a less desirable place to be, but for one woman, it was the perfect place to hide. Somehow the evil queen had escaped the dungeons of Snow White's palace. She managed to get a hold of her magic mirror and travel to a place where she knew she would never be found. The castle acted as a perfect sanctuary where she could finish the work she had started so long ago. The evil queen was no stranger to this place. Over the last century or so, many people had come to the castle, but only she and a few others were fortunate enough to have left it, including someone the former queen had not seen in a great while. She had recently sent word to this old friend asking him to come and aid her, and so she waited for him to arrive, knowing that he would any day now, for he owed her his life. The evil queen stood facing her magic mirror with the open palms and closed eyes. She was quite calm for being the most wanted woman alive. To her right, resting on a short stool, was the heart of stone she had always kept close. Although it was one of the most infamous objects in all of the kingdoms, very few people had ever seen the evil queen's magic mirror. Many believed it was made of glamorous materials like gold and diamonds and glass, so pure one could swear they could walk through it. In reality, the mirror was tall and wide with a black frame that peaked at the top. Tangled vines made of cast iron wove through the frame. The reflection was cloudy, as if it were a glass doorway into a very cold and foggy place. Although there was very little moisture in the air, perspiration dripped down the glass. The evil queen opened her eyes and gazed deep into the mirror. "Mirror, mirror on the wall, how long till the huntsman answers my call?" she asked. The ghostly silhouette of a man appeared in the reflection. It spoke slowly and softly with a low and hoarse voice. "While my queen awaits an old friend once dear, the huntsman travels very near." The man in the mirror slowly faded away. Within moments, 3 loud knocks came from the other side of the great hall doors. "You may enter," the evil queen said. The doors opened, creaking terribly, and a man entered the hall. He was tall and broad and just on the verge of old age. He wore a variety of animal skins and had a limp in his right leg. His beard was light brown and graying. A crossbow was attached to his back, and a large hunting knife hung from his waist. "My huntsman has returned," the evil queen said. The huntsman walked across the hall to where the evil queen was standing. "It's been a long time since I last saw your face," she said, "and I still find it hard to stomach looking at you." The huntsman fell to his knees and wept at her feet. "Your Majesty," the huntsman cried, "please forgive me, for I have never forgiven myself after failing you." The evil queen looked down at him coldly. She had no sympathy left inside of her for anyone. "After all you had done for me, and after all the mercy you had shown me, I could not kill the princess in the forest," the huntsman said. "And just look at all the pain it has caused you. Had I just done as you asked, you would still be queen." The evil queen let his pathetic sobs continue for a while longer. She showed no sign of forgiveness. He deserved to feel this way. She stepped away from the huntsman and peered through a window at the lifeless land that surrounded them.